Good afternoon. While we're setting up, my name is Tushar Mutreja. I run the strategic alliances at Salesforce. I'll walk around. This is very uncomfortable for me to stand behind the podium and talk. Do we have a voice?
Every industrial revolution is defined by trailblazers. They harnessed steam and water to power machines, unleashed electricity to power mass production, and pioneered electronics and IT to transform everything. And now, the next wave is born. The physical and digital are blurring. We're in the fourth industrial revolution. A wave of innovation and technology radically transforming our economies, societies, and lives. It's creating new jobs, industries, and opportunities. But it's still a revolution, and revolutions never change the world gently. Many people feel uneasy. They're afraid that the future may be good for only a lucky few. They worry about automation, becoming irrelevant, being left behind. We see another. At Salesforce, we live by a core set of values: trust, growth, innovation, and the equality of every human being. We believe we can do well and do good. That the business of business is to make the world a better place. That we're all in this together and we can rise as well. That instead of letting the future happen to us, we can create a future for us. The fourth industrial revolution will be shaped by trailblazers.
Salesforce has changed my career, has changed my life. It makes me proud.
For 18 years, we've been on this journey together.
We become stronger as a force to create even innovative things.
That's why we gather every year, to help more trailblazers drive this revolution and thrive.
There are just so many opportunities for so many talented people to be a part of this.
Using Trailhead to master the skills they need to learn jobs in the future.
We are blazing a new trail, and Salesforce helps us do that.
And our customers, using the customer success platform to help everyone succeed and create millions of new jobs.
It's just going to help us do what we do best every day. Follow your passion.
It opens up so many opportunities.
We can create a world where these new technologies lead to more opportunity and greater equality for everyone. Let's blaze a trail together.
Good afternoon. My name is Tushar Mutreja. I'm the Global Managing Director of Strategic Alliances, as was very eloquently stated in the video. Didn't know that was going to show up, so thank you again for putting that together. And thank you, sir, for leading my presentation, because I'm literally building up on what you said, that we are in the midst of fourth industrial revolution. Before I start, this is probably the most meaningful slide that I have to show today, put together by auditors. So I'll move on. So thank you for having me here. As I was sharing with the leadership team out here, I grew up in Bhutan. I spent first 6 years of my life in Bhutan, way back in wherever, don't want to give out my age. And when I was telling my parents that I'm coming to Guwahati, my mother said, yeah, we used to go there for shopping. So this is at that time. So thank you for having me here. I am coming to Northeast after a very, very long period of time, and hopefully this is just the start of many such trips that I will make here. So thank you again, and thank you for ICT Academy for having us here, and the tremendous partnership you have with Salesforce. As my friend eloquently stated, we are in the midst of fourth industrial revolution. Whether you're ready or not, your kids, your students, you as a customer have changed, right? The biggest impact of fourth industrial revolution started in like late 90s, early 2000. I don't think anybody would have known India is on the map till that industrial revolution really started. The internet connectivity pretty much created what we are today, gave us the brand recognition globally that we are. So we are a microcosm ourselves as a country of accelerated growth of fourth industrial revolution. What profoundly changed that even more is something that happened in 2007. Anybody want to guess what happened? I don't have an award, but I'll give an award if somebody guesses right. No one. Apple launched iPhone. It changed us as a consumer dramatically. How many apps does anybody have on their phone? Any numbers? Who all have 10 apps? Keep your hands up. Who all have 10 apps? Minimum of 10 apps. Keep your hands up, guys. I'm sure everybody has 10 apps. If you have less than 10 apps, we need to really have a conversation. Who has 20? 30? 40? 50? I have 73 apps on my phone.
I have more than 80 on my phone.
You will. Think about it. You as a consumer, as my fresh esteemed friend before alluded, have completely changed in the last 10 years. And 10 years is not a long time. Right? We have companies like Uber or Swiggy, which didn't even exist 10 years ago. And they're probably the most valuable brands in the world. Crazy when you think about it and what we're talking about. The benefit is you're highly productive. You can order food, you can order groceries, you don't have to go anywhere, you're highly productive. The challenge is, right, with every revolution or major change comes challenges. The challenge is you're also exposed to unwanted social media. You're also exposed to unwanted WhatsApp messages, right? There are things that just come. So it creates a trust deficit. We at Salesforce believe while technology has been a huge enabler, we also as a corporate company, enterprise technology provider, have to also be the custodian of the trust that our customers give us and actually do the right thing regardless of whether you are there or not. We are a very values-based organization which is leveraging today's fourth industrial revolution to actually make a good societal impact. There are a lot of people, and there's a lot of news on what's going on with Facebook, Google, is just being there on how people have compromised, not saying these particular companies, but generally, right, have compromised values to actually do well. We believe we can do well and do good at the same time. And it's reflected by the recognition that we have gotten. People magazine has said, we are the #1 company that cares. Fortune says we are one of the companies that are going to change the world, right? And Forbes has recognized us as the most innovative company in the world. We're at $13.8 billion, the fastest in the history of enterprise technology to reach that number, and we're going to double that number in the next 4 years. The fastest ever done. Crazy when you think about it. What do? How many of you have heard Salesforce before this? We all teach technology here, right? We are the #1 provider of CRM, big market share gainer, and the way we do this is we focus on you as a customer. The platform that we build is about customer centricity, which is the profound foundation of the fourth industrial revolution because the consumer has changed. So the way some of our historical companies like Unilever used to serve our customers are now completely changing. So they have to evolve, and they're using our platform to engage with the end consumer, that is yourself, to build their business in very different ways. Have you done like search on TripAdvisor that you want to come to Meghalaya and then that follows you on your Facebook feed?
Yes.
Right? amazing power, right? It has its challenges too, but it's an amazing power. We help kind of power that kind of a back advertisement, right? We also help in transaction. How many of you, I don't think there's Chroma out here. Is there Chroma out here? It's an electronic store. How many of you have actually gone and taken a loan out there for a consumer product that you want to do? Less than 2 minutes, all done on our platform, right? Different ways of engaging with the customer. So you're probably sitting there and saying, okay, Tushar, you're doing an infomercial about Salesforce. What does that mean for us? What it means for you guys is we need you to fuel our growth and what we are doing. We have a tremendous opportunity together to create millions of trailblazers who can continue to fuel our growth, but at the same time, help you create students who are employable and ready to get a job. In fact, in terms of numbers, IDC says we're going to have nearly $1 trillion GDP impact in the next 3 years in the economy that Salesforce is creating. They've coined the term Salesforce economy. About 3.3 million new jobs. A third of those jobs will be created in India. I, as a person who manages these relationships with the big 10 GSIs in India, which are huge employers like TCS and others, we have a tremendous gap in terms of what we need and what is coming to us from an institution or available in the market. So we have so the numbers I've been told is 400,000 computer science students in India generated on an annual basis. We need 1.4 million in next 3 years. So we need all of them to do what we need to do, which means we need tremendous participation from your end. And what does that mean from our partnership is we could not have done this and we would not have been in this forum without having ICT partner with us and actually help us be here. So I think there are 100 institutions, colleges in Northeast, which are providing, which recognize institutions. I think we have 2 of them in our program, right? We just started. We need all of them. So what we have done, and there's been a lot of talk, and this is my last slide, but I'll spend a few minutes on this. There have been a lot of talk about education and what's available for institutions to leverage and what they can create from student body standpoint and how students can keep learning. My esteemed colleague before me talked about how the jobs are changing, the education is changing. So we needed to create a platform that allows everybody to become lifelong learners. And we have created that platform called Trailhead. This is a platform wherein everybody knows Khan Academy. So Trailhead is a version of, not a version, but like a Khan Academy, but specifically for Salesforce. And it creates an environment wherein anybody can go and learn by themselves at their pace, get badges, learn enough to go get certified at their own pace, right? And get educated and keep their education current by themselves. Guess how much it costs? Any guesses? 0. We don't charge for it. It goes down to the values I talked about in the beginning stages, which is we believe doing well and doing good goes hand in hand. We believe we can create tons of trailblazers in the industry by contributing back, and education is one of the biggest ways you can make fundamental changes and impact on the society. Trailhead is one of the ways we're giving back, as well as obviously we're benefiting from it. And we want to partner with the institutions out here for them to adopt Trailhead and how they can actually leverage it in their classrooms and build lifelong learners. So what does that mean from a next step standpoint? I think we're going to have something coming your way very shortly to help do some kind of learning session so that you know what our platform offers in a little bit more depth. Because if you don't know, you don't know. And if you don't know, you cannot actually recognize the opportunity that is there. So we need to first help educate the educators on what we have to offer. Once that is done, we will work with you to add this as part of your curriculum on how we actually educate and actually leverage it to create more students and workforce. The final aspect, which is something unique that we do as a company, is we have an amazing program called Journey to Salesforce and Beyond, wherein we actually go and close this out by working with large partners like the TCS friends who are here and others, Cognizant and others, to create job fairs to actually help these kids get jobs also. So it's not about just helping you learn and create talent, but it is also about leveraging that talent and actually getting them placed. So 3 things, right? Please be on the lookout to get some details on what we're going to do from the next steps. Please sign up. We need every one of the institutions here. I would love to come back here at least many times over. And then leverage this to get the students educated and leave it on us to help you get those students placed. We'll help you get there. So with that, I would like to say thank you for having us. Hopefully this was a useful session. And I'm here for questions thereafter. I think timing is a little bit off from when I started to what it's saying is left. But we'll take questions at the end. I think that's the format. So thank you again, really appreciate it.